Hey everybody, welcome to welcome back to Between
Can
the
you
Nose
tell we took a
podcast.
week off?
Can you tell we had some technical difficulties and we took a week off? Also some uh, time travel, no,
Time zones, time
time
zone
zone
challenges. I wouldn't say
issues.
technical difficulties. I would just, well, wait. I guess your internet connection in Greece was a
The internet
little,
connection was not consistent. I can say that, and so I think we would have done all for nothing. But
well,
that's unfortunate.
let's
But
say this.
here we are.
Welcome back to another episode on Between the
Welcome
Notes
back.
podcast.
Yes. And so we're just going to kind of recap. I can't believe that it's the first week of August is almost gone. One of us has a birthday in a couple days.
Hello.
Hello, the day after this episode drops on August the 7th.
Yeah.
So the next day, August the 8th, actually on the 7th, we're going to have a little birthday dinner because my
Nice.
brother-in-law is working on Saturday night. So in order to accommodate everyone's schedule, we are going to do it tomorrow. We're
Nice.
taping this on Friday, Thursday. We're taping this on
Well,
Thursday.
you'll be celebrating while my family goes through a little, well, a great deal bit of a mourning process.
Yeah.
We lost the matriarch of my family. My mom's mom
Yeah.
passed away day before yesterday at 105 years young. And I
Wow.
tell you, while on one hand it was almost like expecting it any day, any week over the last 10 years. I mean, once somebody turns 95, you're kind of like, how much longer do they have? But
Right.
after every year that kind of goes by and continues, you just sort of think to yourself, well, how old is she going to live to
Yeah.
be? So, like I said, on one hand, it's sort of like expected, but then on the other hand, my mom was just driving her around and taking her to different appointments and talking about, okay, I'll pick you up tomorrow, and so
Yeah.
it's never something that, I mean, unless they're in a hospital and that it's sort of time to put them on hospice care and things like that. But
Right.
that was not the case. My grandmother
Sure.
was living in an assisted living place, and and she just lived her life each and
Right.
every day. And my mom went over there almost every day, and if not every day, and took her to run errands and go to doctor's appointments and get her hair done and take her to church and all these different things. And so anyway, her funeral will be on Saturday, and I'm flying to Houston tomorrow on which would be Friday. So I'm flying to Houston on Friday, and thankfully my sister's able to make it, and my
Yeah.
aunt and uncle will be there, and so we'll have a lot of our immediate family there to celebrate her life and to be with each other as we kind of all go through this process. But you know, like I said, I really do think of this more of a celebration of her life, because when, like I
Yeah.
said, when she was going to be 106 in November, and what a long life. And she, it's funny I mean, it's sweet and endearing and kind and sometimes sad to read all of these comments that people have been putting up on Facebook and
Yeah.
Instagram and stuff. And what's interesting is, like, I think I have my account set up to where it's like you post something on Instagram and you push share, and it shares it automatically to a couple of different things. One of them,
Right.
which is Threads, which I never really post on Threads by
Oh,
itself.
right.
But interestingly enough, I've had a lot of people comment on the photo of my grandmother on Threads that are like, "Wow, she looks like a total pistol," like, because I posted this really beautiful picture of her. She always loved to wear bright colors, and she was a pistol. She was the youngest of 9 children,
Wow.
and a very, very, I mean, she'd seen it all, right? I mean, think about 105 years when you're born in
Right.
1920,
I was about to
the
say the roaring
inventions of so
20s.
many different things of technology and so forth that she got to see. And I mean, it's kind of unbelievable when you think about it. But anyway, we'll get to sort of experience that this weekend, and talk
Yeah.
a lot about that. But um, on a brighter note, you had an incredible vacation in Greece where you got to go see your in-laws, and your wife got to
Yeah.
spend time with her family and where she
Yeah.
grew up. And so talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean it was wonderful, and it was kind of a long time coming. I think I hadn't been to Greece since before COVID, at least. I think it was
Yeah,
probably 2018 we figured it out, so about 8 years ago. And so yeah, we had 3 days in Athens where we got to see her. We stayed with her mom and dad, and her sister lives just downstairs in the same apartment building,
well, that's nice.
condo, whatever.
Yeah.
And then we went to Mykonos for 6 days with some dear friends of ours, um, and their family. So we had at the largest, the group was 16 of us.
Wow.
So it was a lot. It was
I'm
a
sure it
lot.
was very easy to get everybody to agree on everything. Said no one ever about anything.
Exactly, which is why we had Christina and Patrick. Where Christina was kind of the leader, so she made the decisions about when we were doing, what we were doing, where we were
Good.
doing.
Oh, good.
And anybody who wanted to come was welcome, and anybody who didn't could stay back at the house. And so
There you go.
that part was really, pretty easy.
Straightforward. Yeah.
It just the times were always changing. We needed two vans, like limo vans,
All
essentially,
right. With 16 people, yeah. How are you gonna,
to try and get. So they had this one bigger one, which was like it had like disco lights and stuff. Like you totally like something you would get for prom, right?
Sure. Sure. Like you do.
And then they had another one, and so you could always tell who was really ready to just go home and go to sleep by who went in the not party van.
Right. Right. Like I'm a little tired. I could go
But the
without the
kids
disco
were
lights tonight.
definitely, yeah, the kids were definitely always like, disco van,
Oh yeah.
woo! And you could connect your own phone through Bluetooth. So of course, the girls all took their turns playing DJ with all that kind of stuff.
Was
But
there
yeah,
crossover between? I know that Ava and Anna got to experience some great time with their cousin. So
right.
or cousins, one or two,
Just one cousin, just one
just one
cousin.
cousin. Okay. Was there any crossover in musical taste between the two?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay.
Thanks. They all know. So she's 14, and then Ava's 12, and Anna's 11.
Perfect.
So there's pretty much all the kind of everything you would expect to see on Instagram and TikTok,
Right.
especially
Right. Right.
TikTok. TikTok is their platform.
What's funny, it's like I know that Sabrina Carpenter and Billie Eilish and these
Yeah,
pop
yeah, yeah.
Taylor Swift, for example, they're not
Right.
just American stars; they are global
Oh my
icons,
gosh.
right? And so, I
It's
mean,
funny.
everybody.
It's funny. Yeah, it's funny you bring that up because we were talking about some of the older generation because Patrick and Christina are maybe about 5, 6 years older than we are, and so a lot of Patrick's music
So
is
my
older.
age.
Yeah, right, right. But I mean, it just was like it was fine for Irene and I love the '80s stuff too, but um, their kids and nephew were like, enough with the '80s. What is happening right now?
No. Oh no.
We were like loving it. We were loving it. But anyway, there was lots of music. They had like a big JBL speaker with like all the lights and stuff on it, so it was super
Yeah.
fun
Right.
to have that outside. And
Very cool.
yeah, we had great meals and great wine, and yeah, it was super duper fun. I mean, it was kind of one of the most luxurious vacations we've ever been on, thanks to the generosity of our friends. But
Sure.
yeah, it was super duper fun, and
Well, and how
mainly
nice to do some international travel that doesn't have anything to do with work. Just being able
yes,
to enjoy yourselves and chill out.
yes,
And yeah. I
yes.
mean,
That's
most
so
recently
funny.
you were in New Zealand and you're about to go to, is it Costa Rica that you're going to?
Costa Rica is, I think, Costa Rica is about, I think from Houston it's 4.5 hours, so it's not
Not
terrible.
nearly a bad, yeah, yeah.
Because let me tell you, on that last flight from Athens to Atlanta, I was just like, I can't, I can't.
You're like, I'm done with this.
I'm so done with
Yeah, I
this.
hear you. I
No, it
hear
was
you.
totally worth it. It was totally worth it, and yeah. So we're looking forward. I was like, yeah, well, let me pay off this one before we start talking about the next one. But yeah,
Way it
that was
goes.
super fun. So yeah. So anyway, like you said, getting ready for Costa Rica. I've got about a week here, and then I'll fly to Costa Rica, and I'll do about 6 or 7 days there. Sorry,
And who,
jet lag
go
still
ahead.
happening.
I'm sure I was just going to say, I'm sure you're still a little jet lagged. It's probably about midnight or 11:30 p.m. over in
Yeah,
Athens right now.
exactly,
So,
exactly.
let me ask you this: Who are you
What's up?
working with in Costa Rica, and what kind of plan do you have, or do you know
Sure.
anything about that schedule?
Yeah, a little bit, a little bit. It's similar to what we did in New Zealand in the fact that it's going to be master classes and then a lot of one-on-one lessons slash coachings.
That's great.
I think it's really important when you're going to work with a singer for, just essentially one or maybe two sessions if you're lucky. I mean, I was 2 weeks in New Zealand. This is only a week, so I assume I'll just see everybody once. And so
Do
I
you know
just
how
try
many
to.
participants there are going to be?
Well, there are two different universities. So there's the San Jose University, and then there's another one which is about 3 hours drive away.
Oh, okay.
So I'll be 3 days in San Jose, 3 days in the other one. So I got connected with this group because a tenor by the name of Billy Davenport, who was an AVA tenor, who I know from there, his wife is the one who runs the voice area or department for the University of San Jose. Yes, I keep
Okay.
wanting to say San Juan. That is a different place. San Jose.
Puerto Rico.
Yeah, exactly. Costa Rica. You
Yeah,
love.
right.
That's the wrong place.
Not to confuse.
So anyway, so yes, we're gonna go there, and they contacted me a couple months ago, and I was like, great. I mean, again, great for promotion and tenure, and a
Sure. I
great
mean,
friend.
creative activity abundance. I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah. So looking forward to that, and then I fly back, and then I drive to Bloomington the next day, so that'll be on the 25th, which is actually the day after um,
Classes
the
start.
semester starts.
Well,
But again, this is for work. It's
those
not like I'm.
the first week at a university. I mean, people are just still figuring out where your classes
Well,
are. You know what I
exactly.
mean?
I think the most important thing usually we figure out is the lesson schedule, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I think this year I'm going to try, well, this semester at least, I'm going to try this. I try a different strategy. One for building the lessons. I'm going to take a page from your book about getting three options from each student and then plugging them in where I want.
Yeah, I mean, so just to be a little bit more detailed about that, if anybody watching this who is trying to build a schedule for a semester or even just for the year, the thing that I have found to work the best is if you send an email to all of your students and you say, "Hey, these are the times that I am teaching." And you can set that for yourself, right? Like you're going to say I'm going to teach Monday from 10 to 4, Tuesday from 10 to 4, Wednesday from 10 to 4. I'm not teaching at all on Thursday, whatever it is,
Whatever it is.
whatever your thing is, you send it out and you say, these are the hours I am available to be teaching this year or the semester or whatever it is. Please look at your schedule and send me your top three preferences.
Right.
Then each student, ideally, will send you an email back with
Yeah.
three options, and then you just go through and look at it. And I kind of do a first come first serve. I should say I used to. I'm not really
Right.
doing any teaching these days. I'm more
Right.
focused on my performing. But yeah, I'd take a look at that and say, okay, first come first serve. You wanted Monday at 11, boom, you got that one,
Done.
and you just kind of start putting the puzzle together. And you're only looking at three options from each person, so therefore it's not such a headache. And the
Right.
other thing you need to make sure of, especially in a university setting, is making sure that that time that they choose works with the pianist that they are using, right? So it's like you've got to make sure they get their pianist, because it's not just figuring out one person's schedule, it's your schedule plus the student's schedule plus the pianist that plays for the student's schedule.
Yeah, that last step is one I think that is a little bit unnecessary, but definitely necessary. I just feel like the pianist should just show up when you go.
Well,
But I
but
mean, I know they
I
have
mean,
their own
typically
schedule. I'm not
right,
trying
they
to
have
say,
their own,
yeah, I mean, it's different at IU because the IU pianists for the lessons are students. They're masters and doctoral students. So I understand that. At
right.
Westminster, they were not. They were faculty.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay.
So, or at least staff, if not faculty.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm used to like graduate students being part of their GA or graduate
right.
assistantship or whatever, that they play for voice students or whatever. So you got to make sure
Yeah.
it works into their schedule. But
Because that is definitely something I set a whole schedule last semester or this time last year. So the first semester I taught there, and then had to redo the whole thing
yeah, we
because
don't want to. I don't want you to have to go through that.
clearly
That's
we are not going to have to do that.
talk about fingers on a chalkboard. That's just like,
Hmm.
oh, okay, never
Especially when you
mind.
get one
Let's
you
start
like,
over.
and you're like, great, this is going to be awesome.
Right,
And then
right. You look at your schedule and
terrible.
you're like, okay, this is going to be totally doable. And then someone goes, oh, and inevitably, right? They're like,
Right.
oh, I told you I could do Tuesday at noon, but I actually can't. And you're like, great. Looks like Thursday at 9 a.m. is going to be your time. Like, wait. No, I can't.
Oh my God, that's funny. Yeah, I mean, I think that's one of the things. I'm going to try to get up. I'm going to try to go to bed earlier. I'm going to try and get up earlier. I'm going to try and get more healthy in this coming
Love it.
semester.
I
Yeah,
love that
so
for
I
you.
mean, that's a throwing that out to the universe. I mean, you know all about that, but I'm putting it out there so that you guys can hold me accountable.
I'm going to guess you even have a free membership to the gym at IU.
It's
I
not
don't
free,
know.
but yeah, they do.
Well,
You
maybe
do
you
have
throw
to go
in
to gym.
20 bucks or whatever
Yeah,
it
something
is,
like
you
that.
get a deal. You know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, in the apartment complex I'm staying, they have a little gym too. So I think if I go
nice.
once to the IU one, like maybe do some of the other stuff, and then just hop on a treadmill or stair climber or elliptical is what I mean actually. So I don't know. We'll see. But I've got to do something, and I want to do something, and I feel very motivated to do something. Those are three pieces of the puzzle that I think have been a little bit missing. Either the motivation or just feeling like, oh God, I just don't have the energy
Well,
or
I mean,
want or
join
desire.
the club, right? I mean, I
Yeah.
think that especially during COVID, I know that so many of us were just like lost wandering. It's like,
Right.
I mean, you and I both, we could start a foundation with the amount of money that we lost in singing
Right.
gigs. It's like,
Right.
so then you're like, okay, and then with different kinds of unemployment or whatever it was that we ended up getting,
Right.
SBA loan, I mean, whatever.
Sure.
All of a sudden you're like, okay, well, I guess life is stopped now. And I know for me, I gained a good deal of weight, and I've only recently sort of found the, like you said, the motivation, the desire, and the means to really, really make some significant strides to lose some weight. And I tell you this, man, I'm not done yet, but I think I'm maybe 80% of the way there.
Yeah, sure.
And I'm sure some of our viewers may have noticed my face shrinking slowly over the months, but
Right.
I've lost 115 pounds at this
Yeah.
point,
Yeah.
and I was dealing with some considerable pain in my knees. I played football and lacrosse in high school, and I played lacrosse in college. And, for the better part of my professional career, I was just walking around with too much weight on myself. And over time, it takes its toll. And I think that I've got dual meniscal tears in both knees from previous injuries. And of course, I tore my right quadricep tendon in an operatic injury on
Right.
stage, which we've talked about. And back in high school, I tore my ACL and my MCL in my right knee. So just a variety of different
Right.
reasons to like not make it any harder for yourself.
Sure.
But yeah, I will say that since I've lost this weight, I have zero pain in my knees, which is
Right.
incredible. And
Yeah.
so, just being able to do all the things in a easier way. And, we've got kids that we need to be healthy for.
Right.
We've got wives and families, and we,
Yeah.
we need to be there for them. And so I love that. I love hearing you say
Yeah. Thank you.
it. You're not alone in the mindset of like, I don't know, I can't find the
Right.
energy to do that. I mean, that's normal, I think. And then I think that maybe what we hear or what we see on social media, or at least what I thought about, was like so often it's like it's one or the other, right? Like it's so easy to just like choose to watch another movie or stream some more on your
Right.
device, or the other alternative is like, I'm going to the gym 7 times a week. It's like, well, hold on, okay. Then it feels like a world away. You know what I mean? It's like, sign up for a marathon. You're like, no, I'm not ready to. I'm not ready to do that by any means.
Yeah. Right.
And so then the in your mind you just go, all right, well, I'll just continue doing nothing. You know what I mean? But I
Yeah,
think
and I
that
mean, I think it's always timing helps, right? Because it's been the summer, and although it's been a very very busy summer, coming off of the vacation, I'm very much like, okay, yeah, I'm ready to make small changes to medium-sized changes.
and
Like
that's all you
something
need
is,
to do,
yeah,
brother.
something as simple as replacing the milk in my coffee with a protein shake, right?
Sure.
That's something that will help. Yes, with the protein, also it's high quality protein, no carbs, and no sugar. I'm putting sugar in there, and then it helps me because I was talking with another buddy of mine that just that I end up being great until about 5 or 6 p.m. I've done like made good choices, haven't overeaten, but then I get home and I'm like, all right, here we go, you know,
Well, and I
and
think
so
I think I think a lot of people will connect to that, and I think for so many years we have treated ourselves with like a reward system, right? It's
right,
like, oh, I've
sure,
sung this successful performance, I deserve to celebrate. Or I've finished teaching my day, let's go home and celebrate. And whether that means, oh, I'm going to cook a nice meal, or I'm going to order pizza, or I'm gonna
Right.
have a drink, or nine, or something. You know what I mean? It's like something along the way we've sort of overindulged perhaps
Right.
in the celebrations, and I think that, like you said, small to medium changes, like I'm gonna go for a walk. You know, one person in my life who I think is very inspiring in this way is my father-in-law. So Pop, he goes for a 3 mile walk almost every single day.
Wow.
And it's kind of amazing, you know, and it's just like, it takes me like an hour and a half, you know. It's like, now, granted, his schedule's a little bit more open as a
Well, fair
retired
enough.
man, but I think that finding time to do something like that is important. And so,
Yeah,
you
and
know,
there are so many like, therapeutic, uh, just kind of results, I guess is the word that I'm thinking of, you know what I mean? Like
sure.
just being like with your thoughts, or like listening to a great podcast like this one.
Well,
You know,
hello.
you can just like, learn,
Little
stuff.
shout out to Alexis Mary. She says, "Oh yeah, I listen to you guys all the time on Spotify whenever I'm working out at the gym."
Oh,
So there you go.
oh, yeah, so I mean, I'm just going to try and do this, and a meal prep, like using a Sunday,
Oh yeah.
as a kind of meal prep,
Oh yeah.
um,
Let's say this:
recovery
it's not
day.
rocket science. It just takes a
Yeah,
little bit of effort, a little bit of planning, and
yeah.
well,
And by
that's
the
great,
end of
dude.
the semester, if I'm still on, 80% of it, I'd be thrilled. But at least I'm starting strong, and yeah, so that's what's going on. You're going to be going to New York, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in New York in the fall.
Absolutely. Yep, I'll be
Yeah.
at the Met as part of the team for Lincoln and the Bardo, a new world premiere of Missy Mazzoli's opera based on the novel. And yeah, I'm covering the role of Eddie Barron, and it's funny. He's one of the ghosts in the Bardo, or the purgatory, between the
Right,
in between worlds, right?
right.
And his he always shows up with his wife, so Mr. and Mrs. Barron. And it's funny, in the score it's marked sempre drunk. That's what it says at the end. So we are always drunk, and there are audible hiccups that have been written into the score. So, so I mean, I've been working on it for the summer, and
Oh
I'm
my God, that's amazing.
98% memorized on this right now. But I really look forward to putting it together with the cast,
Oh,
and
that sounds super fun.
yeah. So that'll be great, and so I'll be there from mid-September to mid-November, and it's a nice little fall time
Oh,
to be in New York
good for
City.
me to make that note, so that way I don't go too early in September, because I was
Yeah, I don't
thinking.
get there till the 13th.
Okay, great, good.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's actually that's a Monday or a Sunday, I think, because I know that the 11th and 12th are cattle call opera auditions
Okay.
for IU, so we'll be listening to about 160 singers
I
sing
remember those days
live.
fondly, man. Gosh, it was so thrilling to get to stand up on that stage of the Musical Arts Center at IU. And, for anyone who has never seen that, I mean, this proscenium is, when they move the walls completely all the way out, I think it's 2.5 feet wider than the proscenium at the Metropolitan Opera.
Yeah.
And the stage level at the MAC is modeled identically after the Met, where you've got stage left, the center stage that goes to the theater, the stage right, and then a stage behind. They don't have the hydraulic up and down that the Met does, but
They no,
it's
but
just,
they do have the turntable,
yeah, they do.
which is
Yeah,
being
yeah, yeah.
replaced. The mechanism that turns is being replaced.
Oh, they're doing
This
some upgrades. I read
they're
about
doing
that
it
they're
right now.
doing a
Yes,
ton of
they
upgrades to the Mac.
spent
That's amazing.
$17 million on the Mac this year.
Tell you what, I think that thing was built in the early '70s, and I think this, well, at least to the best of my knowledge, is the last time, or this is the first time that they've ever done any kind of upgrades to it. So
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll keep the carpet in the lobby the same, so it still
But
looks like
yes, in
a.
fact, I heard that when they needed to replace it, uh, probably a bunch of years ago now, they took over a whole South African factory, and all they did was manufacture the carpet for the Mac. I'm sure that was
That
very
lobby will always be stuck in 1972. I mean, it's
it
just the most
totally
purple and the most orange and the most.
orange. It's amazing.
That's great.
Well, I can't believe, like I said, I just can't believe the summer is almost over and it's come
Yeah.
and gone. But great things that we've all been doing, and we hope that you guys have enjoyed it, and all of our guests and friends and postcards from afar and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gearing up for another school year, and got a couple of more episodes between now and then. Hopefully, one live from Costa Rica because it's only 1 hour time difference
Oh, good.
from
That should
here,
be easy enough.
so that shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
And yeah, looking forward to it. So
Well, as always, please like and subscribe and share and tell your friends. And again, I just want to encourage everyone to take a look at our Instagram page and our Facebook page, as well as our TikTok account, because while we could be a lot better about posting on that, I'll be the first to say that. We do throw some things on there from time to time, and we would love to hear from you guys. What kind of topics would you like for us to talk about? What kind of things are you curious about? Do you have any questions for Brian or I? We'd love to do a whole episode dedicated to questions from our listeners. So please don't hesitate to reach out and let us know what you're thinking about and what you're curious about.
all right, sounds good. We'll see you guys next time.
Thanks for joining us on Between the Notes. Make sure you hit that subscribe button.
And join us next week for more behind-the-scenes stories, laughs, and operatic gold coming your way.
Thanks for joining us on Between the Notes. Make sure you hit that subscribe button.
And join us next week for more behind-the-scenes stories, laughs, and operatic gold coming your way.